أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Audience, I have recited the verse of Holy Quran. Allah Almighty says into Holy Quran, O mankind, worship your Lord who created you and those before you, so that you may guard yourself against evils. In this holy verse, Allah Almighty is addressing to the people. It's general direction, its general address. Allah Almighty is not addressing a specific group. Allah Almighty is addressing generally all mankind. Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, O people of the world, worship your Lord who created you. Addressing to the mankind, it's a general message. Worship to your Lord. This is the obligation of the mankind who created you. It's the blessing of Allah. It's the power of Allah. O mankind, O people, worship your Lord, worship your Master, worship your Creator who has created you, and those before you. Allah Almighty, your Lord who has created you and also created the people before you from Adam to still now. So that you may guard yourself from evils. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. You can save yourself from evils and become a virtuous man, a pious man. O mankind, worship your Lord who has created you and created before you, so that you can guard yourself from evils. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. So that you become a virtuous, a pious man. But we are not thinking about it. We are forgetting what are the demands of our Creator. Our existence, our creation is not a sudden production, not a random, automatically. We are created by Allah Almighty. We are not automatically created. We are not self-created. Our Creator is our Lord, who is Allah Almighty, who has created the universe. Whatever is in this universe, Allah Almighty is its creator. And Allah Almighty is addressing generally to all mankind. O mankind, I have created you and before you. It's mean, and worship your Lord. It's mean you will have to pay your thanks in the court of Allah Almighty who has created you as a man. Allah Almighty has created you as a man, mankind, human beings. That is why Allah Almighty is directing us to worship, to pay thanks, so that you can save yourself from evils. You can be a pious man. It's our first obligation, each and every human beings, to pay thanks in the court of Allah Almighty, who has created us. The thanks of our creation can be demonstrated in the shape of worship. We will have to bend down into His court. We will have to prostrate ourselves to pay thanks, so that we can be a pious man, pious people, and we can save ourselves from evil, so that we can get the reward and award from Allah Almighty on the day of judgment, when each and every person will be freed and his own angsty. Nobody will help at that time, but every one of us will be crying for help. And then it will be the court hearing of Allah Almighty, and the many witnesses will come there, and they will give the statements against us and against our deeds, whatever we performed and committed in our life. May Allah Almighty bless us the efforts to act upon the direction of this verse, so that we can make our next life easy, to get peace and rest and easiness. Ameen.